If you enjoy eating mustard pickles, otherwise known as Piccalilli, then you should try this recipe. It is 10 times better than anything you'll find in the store. And it's pretty simple to make. The time-consuming part is just in the chopping of the vegetables. This recipe makes a lot of pickles, but they make lovely Christmas presents. But in the description of the video, I'll put the measurements for this much, what I did, and then I'll put half the measurements that will make less, but they last for ages, like a year or two. You won't run out of pickles in a hurry, and this is how I do it.
First, you'll need 1.5 kilos of cauliflower florets, equivalent to about 2 medium-sized cauliflowers. The key here is to chop everything into small pieces, which will be the final size of the pickles. This step might be a bit time consuming, but it's worth it. I prefer to remove the little stems and break each flower into tiny florets. If you find you don't have enough cauliflower, you can always chop up the stalks and the leaves. Once the cauliflower is done, place it into your largest pot. Next up, you'll need 1.5 kilos of additional vegetables. You can choose your favourite vegetables, and green tomatoes are quite popular, but here's a combination I love: celery, capsicums and zucchinis. I weighed them, and today I'm using 3 sticks of celery, 2 large red capsicums and 2 large zucchinis, which add up to the 1.5 kilos. Slice the celery finely. Chop the capsicum into small pieces and dice the zucchinis. Add all these vegetables to the pot with the cauliflower. Take 1 large cucumber, which is not included in the previous measurements. I recommend using continental cucumbers as they have fewer seeds. Slice it long ways in half, scoop out the seeds, discard them, and then finally chop the cucumber into a small dice and add this to the pot as well. Moving on to the onions, you'll need 1.5 kilos. Peel, slice and finely dice them before adding them to the pot. Sprinkle 1/2 cup of salt over the top of the onions, then fill the pot with cold water to the brim and put on the lid. Leave this mixture to sit overnight or up to 15 hours. The next day, drain all the vegetables and transfer them into a bowl because you'll need the pot for the next step. Unless you're lucky and you have 2. Now it's time to create the flavourful spice paste. Measure out 1.4 litres of vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar, white vinegar or malt vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar. In a separate bowl, sift 1 cup of plain flour, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 3 tablespoons of mustard powder, 1 tablespoon of ground turmeric powder and 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Mix these dry ingredients into a smooth paste with about 250 ml of the vinegar. In your pot, heat the remaining vinegar with 1.5 kilos of sugar. Stir until the sugar is completely dissolved, and once the vinegar and sugar mixture have heated up a bit, but not to a boil. Slowly whisk in the flour spice paste, stirring continuously until the mixture thickens.
As the sun slowly crept into the sky, I feel the morning air with warm light. Sounds of birds in harmony.
Once the mixture has thickened and is simmering, take the pot off the heat and add the drained vegetables.
No matter where we go, my heart is yours to own. Through all the songs
It may seem like there's not enough liquid for the amount of vegetables, but trust the process. The vegetables will release their own liquid as they warm up. Resist the temptation to add more vinegar. Then return the pot to the stove and over a low heat, bring the mixture slowly to a boil before turning off the heat. All we want to do here is warm up the vegetables, not cook them, to maintain their crunchiness. Place a lid on the pot and let it stand for about an hour before filling the mixture into jars. A simple method I like to use to sterilise jars is I just rinse clean jars with water, lids and all, and then place them in a very low oven at around 100 degrees Celsius, which is 200 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 20 minutes or until they're dry. And once the jars are ready, ladle the warm pickles into the warm jars, place on the lids and give the outside of the jars a quick wash if needed. These pickles already taste pretty great, but for the best flavour, store the jars in a cool, dark place for about 3 weeks to allow the flavours to develop. And there you have it, your homemade mustard pickles ready to add a burst of flavour to your meals. Enjoy your pickles and thanks so much for watching. See you again soon.